So Sean, what do we have here with us now?
You know, this is probably one of the most amazing things that a lot of people don't realize we have here at the Columbus Zoo, but get to see at special times. So right behind us is Moya, and then this is Beth Nagoda. So Beth has helped raise Moya from a very young age, probably right about 15, 20 days old, to where Moya is about 7 months old right now. And we have here at the Columbus Zoo 6 cheetahs. But the problem is that when people come to the Columbus Zoo, they don't realize that. These cheetahs are all housed in an off-grounds facility. We don't have a true African savanna area here at the Columbus Zoo, so we don't have cheetahs on exhibit. But folks can come here starting Memorial Day, every day of the week at 3 o'clock back in our Animal Encounters Village. We do a cheetah dog talk. And so when I say that, a lot of people are like, dog? You a cheetah dog? But one of the reasons we raised a lot of our cheetahs here at the Columbus Zoo with dogs is the confidence level. A cheetah by nature is more of a flight cat or a scaredy cat, as we'd like to say. Right. And so when they get nervous or scared, they like to bolt. But we use those puppies and those dogs with confidence to build the confidence of the cheetahs. So at 3 o'clock every day, we do a talk back here with one of our cheetahs. We have 4 cheetahs that were just born at the wilds out in Zanesville that we raised here that are still here. And Moya is actually one of those cats. So folks can come out here and see either Moya, Jacob, Edward, or Bella, and then also Ro and Ray are two of our 2-year-old cheetahs here. So it's just an amazing animal and amazing experience that people get here at the Columbus Zoo.
So this is really a rare day, and once again, it starts on Memorial Day?
Yes, so starting Memorial Day weekend, that whole weekend, we're open from that point on 7 days a week. Back here in Animal Encounters, folks can come back there at 3 o'clock. We'll do a cheetah dog show. Folks can watch. They don't actually get up and close and touch because that's sort of against the laws, but people can come out, get probably 10, 15 feet from those cats, just see how amazing it is, and realize why we're doing it. I mean, the conservation is what ties this dog and cat together, because over in Australia, cheetahs are coming into herds of goat and sheep and killing the livestock. So we raise them with this dog so we can tell the story, because the dogs over in Africa are what's scaring cheetahs off the property so that farmers don't have to shoot them on sight. But here we just raise everybody as friends, and they all get to live their lives together here at the Columbus Zoo.
So tell me, you end up with these cheetah when they're a couple weeks old. How hard are they to raise, and what do they eat, and what's the special care they require?
Obviously, when we're working with any of the babies that we raise here that are anywhere from 15, 20 days old, there's this, we're dealing with a situation that can go bad. I mean, that's a very critical time for any of our babies. Most of them at that point are bottle fed, so we'll give them small amounts of milk many times throughout the day until they get bigger. Moya right now is straight on a meat-based diet, so he doesn't get any type of bottles anymore. But, part of the problem is, sometimes just like we don't have other animals that take real good care of their babies, sometimes that happens with wild animals. And that's the case with Moya. Moya was the runt of the litter and had real bad pneumonia. Mom basically pushed him out of the litter and was not going to let him nurse. So we felt like, because this is a very endangered animal, that we have to pull Moya, hand raise him, and then bring him into an education program like this where people can get up close and learn about cheetahs and understand why they are endangered and what we as people here in the world can do by supporting conservation groups through the Columbus Zoo.
Will he ultimately enter a breeding program or something like that?
There's obviously that chance, that possibility. Probably with the pneumonia the way it was when he was born, they'll probably remove him from the breeding program. But the 3 other cats that are actually being raised with him at the time, those at some point can be introduced to a breeding program. And we have a program called a SSP, or a species survival plan, that will determine where these cats go amongst other zoos and be paired up with an opposite sex. So they may not always stay here at the Columbus Zoo. And that's why we tell people, come out this summer, get up close with a lot of these cheetahs, because they may not stay here. And once we start building African savanna in the future, we'll bring cheetahs back here to the Columbus Zoo.
How old are they when they reach sexual maturity, and what is the lifespan?
So lifespan for a captive cheetah obviously is going to be a little bit longer than a wild. So most of the time wild cheetahs, you're looking at roughly anywhere between 10 to maybe 18 years. And a lot of that is because there's still a misunderstanding of cheetahs out in the wild in Africa, and the population's so low that there's a lot of inbreeding that goes on over in the wild. Captive-wise, most of the time you're going to look at anywhere between 15 to 20 years.
And then when do they enter, what age do they reach for the breeding program?
So breeding program, well, there's the opportunity for these younger cats to go on to another zoo right now. They won't specifically be paired up at this moment, but they may be situated in a zoo so they can get used to it. You're looking at probably anywhere between 1.5 to 2 years when they would go to introduce a male and female, and then they would live their life from that point on. And at some point, we would hope to see some type of breeding or mating signs from them to realize that they're compatible. And if they're not, then there is the opportunity that we move one of them to another facility and bring in another cheetah to pair up with.
Now, on our farm, we always got a litter of kittens or whatever. Is this very much like domestic cats as far as litter size and when they have their litter and so forth?
Yeah, litter size is going to be anywhere from typically 1 up to 5. So cheetahs can have somewhat of a large litter. The thing with cheetahs is that typically female cheetahs become very independent. So it's not unusual to see in the wild a female cheetah off roaming by itself. Male cheetahs form sort of brotherhoods or coalitions. So it's very likely you see 2 or 3 male cheetahs, even if they're not brothers. Maybe they're males from different families, pair up and form a brotherhood. That's why we typically will only hand raise male cheetahs here at the Columbus Zoo. Because we want that bond between us and the handler, just like you saw with Beth. We want Moya to be very confident with Beth, and Beth to be very confident with Moya.
How about medical issues? Are there those kind of things? And then finally, do you have to vaccinate them for diseases and so forth?
Yeah, medical-wise, vaccination is pretty much just like what you would see with like your house cat or a dog. They go through all the types of shots, rabies, all that types of vaccines that you would get. Health-wise, a lot of what we see in captivity. The great part about being in a zoo is you can determine who's going to be paired with what. Because a lot of times in the wild, the biggest problem they're faced with is inbreeding. And that's the goal of any zoo, is to make sure that we keep bloodlines very far apart from each other. So there's not any true 100% medical problems that you see specifically in cheetahs, but cheetahs are very dog-like in behavior. I tell a lot of people that we work with when we raise clouded leopards and snow leopards, I trust cheetahs way before I trust most any other cat. They're very calm in nature, and they're not so much of a sort of aggressive type cat that you may see as far as some other cats out there.
We're at the Columbus Zoo, and Sean, would you tell them how they can find out more about it and the directions to get here and that sort of thing?
Well, Columbus Zoo's open just about every day except for a couple holidays. Our hours right after Memorial Day will change, so we'll be open a little bit later than what we are right now. Folks can always go out to the columbuszoo.org and go and check out hours, and then also see any type of special promotions or anything that we have going on. We partner up with a lot of different organizations here in Franklin and Delaware County, right around Columbus, to bring special occasions here to the Columbus Zoo and allow people to have an excellent time out here interacting with animals, but then also community. We know that the folks out there is what's made the Columbus Zoo the #1 zoo in the country. And so we want to continually give back by bringing polar bears or cheetahs here, or building new exhibits, that type of stuff, just to allow the public to come out and have a good time and get to learn a lot about animals and a lot about what they can do to help us support conservation groups worldwide.
Thank you, Sean. We've had a great day here at the Columbus Zoo.